bed. I've been fat twice. The food addiction. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm agreeing with you.
No, the food addiction in that moment had gotten so out of control that I couldn't. If I didn't have food around me, I felt like weird. Like I had to have snacks, I had to have cookies, I had to have something around me so I could feel like comfortable. That's how I knew. I started thinking something had to be wrong because I'm eating and I'm never getting full anymore. It's like a constant just hole. I gained 592 pounds. I get sick. I have another heart attack. I bleed to death from my nose. I have a blood condition, remember? And they give me 30 days to live. They tell me, you're going to die in 30 days. There's nothing else medically we can do for you. We've done everything we can do. So at the age of 35 years old, on my 36th birthday, taking over 63 pills a day, I was told I was going to die. That there was nothing medically that anyone could do for me. And that because of that, they were going to send me to palliative care. And they did. I did. And I did. And I did also planned my own funeral. I picked out the casket. I did all the things. And as I was waiting to die, my husband of 13 years woke me up from a coma and told me he was leaving me for another woman. So see, I know pain. I know suffering. I know loss. I know rejection. I know grief. I've been grieving a dead baby since I was 13. I know grief. I was a baby that lost a baby. I know real grief. You hear me? Imagine trying to be a woman at 13 with a deceased baby. Make it make sense, because as an adult, I can't still really understand it. How heavy that would be for a child. So for me to be on the other side of such atrocity, that alone is a miracle, because people don't make it out of that. I know young girls that didn't make it out of that. I know young women today that are still shooting up and smoking over the same situation I made it out of. So I see the victory. So don't misunderstand story time. Don't miss the test for the money, because there's a money here. But I must be authentic with you and tell you that what I've endured has not been easy to keep off 300, 400, 500 pounds. It's not been easy to maintain 479 pounds because life didn't stop happening. And many of you come on health and wellness journeys and you think life is going to be perfect. You think everybody's going to stand up and line up straight because you've decided to take your health back. Well, hell, they're not. As a matter of fact, imagine it's all going to fall down so you can learn how to get up from it. New here, how did you lose it? How long did it take? It took me 18 months and I'm natural weight loss. 18 months natural weight loss. I lost my weight 11 years ago, and I recently started testing the GLP-1 for food noise. Thank you, Susan. Hi, Myra. When you understand that there's something bigger happening in your head, I think that that's where the connection clicks. Like asking more questions, saying to your doctors and nurses, hey, I heard this. Do you think this could be my story? Or what have you considered this for me? What about this, right? Sometimes we've been so beaten down and drugged down that we lose our voice. So we lose our voice to advocate and ask the questions to say, hey, I'm really suffering. And I know that I told you that I was before, but I just want to make sure you understand at what degree that I'm suffering. What is testing the GLP for food noise? The GLP studies, I'm a certified GLP coach, and the last 12 months, they released several studies showing for people who have diagnosed food addictions. I've actually been diagnosed with a food addiction 10 years ago. It helps with people who actually have food addictions, and I'm a food addict. Like I have a relationship with food like crack. That's the best way to explain that. And so I have the same cravings in my brain like that. Do you understand? So for people like us, it's actually not physical. So if you're trying to out diet your thoughts, baby, you got to stop. You're going to drive yourself crazy. You can't outbeat this. You got to work in it. You got to work in it because it's a part of it's actually a part of obsessive compulsive. So that's why you need therapeutic techniques for that. You can't count calories or go to the gym for this. You actually have to sit with somebody and learn to rewire the food behavior. It's called food rewiring. It's actually a theory that me and two of my colleagues came up with. Yes, I'm already trying it, Nettie. I'm on my second week. Yes, me and 13 of my clients are part of a study in my company that we partner with a physician, a licensed physician, a 503A pharmacy. I actually purchased a partnership to study it. I've been working on therapy. I've been working in therapeutic weight loss for 11 and a half years. And this is the only component that my company wasn't able to offer my clients. I was actually coaching about 150 clients that went to other physicians. And so I wasn't able to send my notes and my critiques to the doctor for their nutrition and coaching. So what we did is we actually partnered, not affiliate, I actually partnered with a doctor so that we can now provide my clients with everything under one place, and I can actually provide them with the therapeutic coaching because I'm a retired professional counselor and behavior modification specialist. So my clients are now able to get their surgeries, their GLP-1s or whatever, and get real therapeutic coaching, nutrition, meal plans, and everything individualized for each person. There's a team of 8 of us. So it's not just me behind the magic. I'm great, but I'm good, but you guys, I'm not. I'm good, but I'm not that good. So all the little meal plan ideas I come with, they come through a nutritionist. All my fitness stuff comes from a person who's an expert in fitness. So I wish I was that good, but I'm not. Okay, hold on. I'm missing. Oh my gosh, so many comments. Hold on. DP, you supposed to be on the question. You can't be mesmerized with the story. You gotta focus.
I didn't see
When you
the
say this is
question.
GI
Okay,
people
my
food, that's
bad.
what you mean. Okay, I answered that when I'm struggling with the same with food. Oh, Susan.
Blow it up for me to see because I don't really see it.
Okay, Susan. For the we won't say the name out loud, but for the food addiction. So yes, that's a good one to start for. Yes, it will help with that. And then you want to do find a therapist that does EFT, tapping, breath work, and body humming. Those help with food addictions. Or you can just message me, Susan. I got you if you're interested. I got you. I love what I do. Is full time. I love it. Y'all just heard me say I just got finished with a client. I love what I do. I have about 150 clients. I have 42 private, 75 group clients. I've been doing it for 11 years. I work with about 15,000 people all over the country. I currently have clients in China, Vietnam, and Ghana, in the United States. I have clients in 37 of the 51 states. I predominantly work with professional moms, business owners, a lot of military and professionals that do exactly what I do, like coaches, doctors, lawyers. That's who actually are attracted to what I do because what I do is for the man. And a lot of people don't want to do that. So you have to really want to be over here. If you're over here, it's because you want it. I promise you, if you follow me, it's because you want to get better. Because I don't play no games. I'm raw from the hip. Because remember, I almost died over it. So I don't want you to ever get there. I don't want your children after have to tell you bye. I don't ever want you to have to be laying somewhere in the bed because food has bounded you up and your health done got so bad that you can't get up and take yourself to the bathroom. I don't want you to have your children watch somebody else wipe your butt. You know how humiliating that stuff is? Real, especially when it's because you're big. I'm not talking about when you're fighting cancer or you got a major surgery. I'm talking about when it's because you're big. You know the level of humiliation that lays on a person from that? Well, I know it. Yeah, I lived it. I experienced it. You hear the tears coming up because some days I remember how degraded people treated me. How they made jokes and made noises under their voice, and I heard them. But so I wouldn't cry in front of them, I didn't say anything. So I know what it feels like for many of you, the snarkles, the sniffles, the stirs. I've been there. They don't know your story. But see, I just happen to have a story real similar. So I just understand a little better. That's all. I just have a lot of empathy in this space. and then what really happens for people in their mind and body, because I've lived it. I've lived it. I've lived it. I've personally experienced this sense of growth that our Father can give us, that He gives us when we see where we can surrender. As we were talking the other night, DP, it's so, how I mentioned, it's so interesting how we lose sight and we don't even realize that food has become our God. We become prison to this diet on, diet off life cycle, and haven't even thought to surrender it all to God, because it's the one thing for some reason many of us don't feel like He can fix. But why? Why? Why do we not think He can help us with that too? So are you going to try? Yes, I am. I took my second injection yesterday. What was your original surgery? Gee, I had the gastric bypass, the old school and the Roux Y, where they take out half, where they used to remove it. They don't do that anymore because it's too dangerous. I have a scar. So what they do is they call it a reconstructive reconstructive repla something, where they open you up and they go back and try to reconnect the major part of the abdominal to the intestine again, and then remove scar tissue.
Oh, where do you see questions? Because I don't see people saying questions.
You don't see all these questions?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Mm-mm.
DP, are you playing with me? I'm not making them up, friend. I'm not that bright. I'm really like a blind. I really am blind.
That's why you were saying I don't ask questions. I don't see the questions.
I really read them. Hold on. I'm not even caught up. I'm only on Coach Nettie's question right now. I would love to talk to you about this offline. Okay, baby. Coach Nettie, can you message me, please? What I answered Sharon's question. They need to hear you, Coach, to see the oh. Thank you, TR. It's my mom got us safe. She's holding us down. Sharon, did I answer your question, baby? The TR, you are so right. A lot of us do cry in silence and never have anyone to talk to.
In your live. That's why.
Oh, can we make it in both? What we do to do that?
Yeah, they're in your live. That's what it is. That's what's going on.
How is there a way to do that, sister, or no? To we
both have different comment sections. So I don't. Yeah, that's why I was like, I didn't see those questions.
Sharon, the sleeve can be very effective. It's for the sleeve, Sharon, you want to pace your food and make sure your protein digests in the first 15 minutes. So always eat at least 6 bites and chew 20 times, so that the protein is what fuels it first, and then wait the 20 minutes and then do the carbs. What'd you say?
Okay, I think you said we have to battle to see both of the comments.
So I've never. We can battle, but I've never done it before. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, I can do it. I'll send it to you.
And then I just hit it. Okay.
Yeah.
My team doesn't. My ladies don't even know how to hit the like button. They don't do none of that. We've never battled in 4 years. I never. Oh well, your people will do it. It's okay. I don't mind. Okay, let me see the rest of the comments. What was okay? I answered. Hi, Auntie Coco. Hi, Mar. Okay. So Sharon, did you hear what I said about the protein? If you're having issues with your protein, protein pacing, eat it on a schedule, and then take all carbs and protein veggie carb. Nope. Okay, TR. I'm reading them from our chat right now. Hi, Malik. How are you? We're in a match out, but we don't. I didn't do it, but I kept the weight off. Oh, you still kept it off? That's good. That's good. 6 years is a really good, a good long period. That means if you did it for 6 years, you could do it forever. The same energy it takes to lose 1 pound is the same energy it takes to lose 100. You guys, it's not different. Don't complicate it. So the balance in weight loss and wellness issues, guys, is try to avoid doing very restrictive and controlling things, because they're not sustainable behaviorally, right? So you want to do things that can actually flow naturally into your everyday life, so it feels more like a transition that you're moving into instead of you being forced into changing. Okay, Sharon, but that's actually kind of normal to gain just a little bit back over time, especially because of aging and things like that, beautiful? Do you feel like are you wanting to, because you might not want to lose no more weight, are you wanting to kind of get that 40 pounds off? Because you can do that, what they call the liquid surgery process, and kind of take yourself all the way back. Do you have any of your original paperwork right after surgery? Because you can do the liquid reversal where you take yourself all the way back. Like, go get sometimes the pharmacy sells the solution that you drank pre-surgery. Drink it and cleanse your body out, and then do a refeeding schedule. I do this sometimes with medically compromised women who want to detox and start from scratch with natural meds. So what you do is you take it's basically a refeed it, right? So you're gonna go all the way back like you just had it. So you're gonna start from the first flush, the that 40, the 24, 48 hour flush. And then on the third day, you're gonna incorporate and do liquids only. And then on the fifth day, you're going to do liquids and light soups like broths and no chewable item. On the third day, you're going to add soft mushy, no salt, no seasoning and salt yet. It's is not for weight loss. This is to trick your metabolism. It's to cut your metabolism back on. The weight loss part come after all these tricks. When you get to day 7, you still shouldn't be on any type of heavy meat yet. Don't come into heavy meat until day 9. Why? Because if you come into meat too soon, the digestive tract is gonna it's gonna shock it, and it'll cause it to cramp up and try to compact you.
Sharon said that she said I did do it, but I kept the weight off for about 6 years, and then she said I gained the weight back about 40 pounds back since 2016.
Okay. So I think if you do the reversal, the liquid reversal, and then walk your way by day 9, that's when you're gonna do. Most people say I'm gonna do chicken, but don't do chicken. If you can, do some form of like a ground turkey, because those are easier to digest. Remember, the body hasn't had any major thing to digest. So you want to refeed. This is called refeeding. So anytime you do a restricting, you need to do a 72-hour to a 7-day refeeding period, so that you don't overwhelm the colon and the bowel, the biliary. It's called the biliary tract. Yeah, I love this stuff. As you can tell, you see me dropping nuggets like, well,
Yeah.
well, Sharon, because the thing is, because you need to reset it, right? Remember, the body's not dumb; it's smart. It remembers what you do to it, so you have to trick it. That's why when you work out for a long time, you heard athletes say they had to change up their workout routine. It's because it stops being as effective. So anytime you begin to lose to not lose the weight, or see a real bad plateau, then it says we have to. Well, I don't know what we rematch for. We got to rematch, I guess. We don't even know how to play. Does anybody know how to even battle on my team? See, I told you, DP, we don't know what we're doing. What are we supposed?
I'm on your side. I was helping you back.
So, DP, what else are we supposed to do though? Does anyone know?
All you do is tap the screen and give gifts. That's it.
Oh, well, we don't got time for that. We trying to learn over here. We ain't got time for that. We trying to learn. Okay. We got time for that. That's why I never did no battle. Because I'm going to battle you when I'm trying to teach. I ain't got time for that. Y'all, I'm focused. Okay, so the refeeding. So, Queen, I guess you got to tap the button now while I'm talking. That's going to distract me. So, I won't look at the screen while y'all typing then. I'm going to focus on what I'm doing. So, the refeeding, the goal of doing that to the body is to try to retrain the metabolism to catch back up, and to also remove or cleanse anything that can be causing difficulty for the colon, bowel, or enzymes, right? So the body gets messages through hormones and enzymes in the stomach area to do its job. Well, because we're exposed to so many different toxins and things like that, that messaging can get slowed down, delayed, or off. We can stop producing things or start underproducing as we age. And then you got to throw in toxins, health conditions, genetic stuff. All of those different things actually play a role in our body, right? So our job is to kind of start learning how to counteract these things from having such a productive role in our life, if that makes sense. So, for example, I have a client, she has MS. Well, we know we're not going to cure MS, but we can help calm down the symptoms so she has a better quality of life. Does that make sense? So you take that same kind of theory with your health and wellness. It's not that we can't have anything, eat anything, do anything good, or have a snack or cookie. It's that we learn that moderation is our most powerful tool, and understand when to eat and why we're eating is even more powerful, right? We no longer eat over how we feel. Right. We eat literally because we're hungry versus eating because we're sad or we're lonely or we're right. We learn to eat. So what I have a lot of my girls do, hello friend, call me Lola. What I have a lot of my ladies do is I'll to ask them for 7 days, I want you to eat down what you eat, when you eat it, and why you eat it. And they'll be like, what? And I say, what you eat, when you eat it, and why you eat it. And what I'm most yes, you can ask me, baby, any questions about weight loss. Go ahead. What I'm most interested in is why they ate it and when they ate it. Let me get some water. Go ahead, Lola. Lola, go right ahead, baby. It looked good too. Then I asked you to email me a plate tonight and I didn't get one. So I'm not really understanding why I gotta keep looking at your food night after night and I can't even get a plate in the email. I asked you nicely too, and you didn't even say yes. I'm talking to you.
Get one email.
You gonna email it to me? Yeah.
Oh, I sure will. It's just little roasted potatoes.
Okay, so if you can email it to my business email, it worked better. My business email can take bigger emails than my personal email, so send it to the business email. I have PCOS and I lost 80 pounds within the last year. However, I'm now stuck to 20. Oh, it looks so good. Jesus. DP, I can't focus with that food right there. Oh, that look good. Friend, call me Lola. Miss Lola, can you do you mind if I ask you a couple questions? If you want a personal, do it in my inbox is fine, but I can answer the question, but I need to ask you 2 or 3 questions. Would that be okay, or would you prefer private? You guys, please feel free to comment on YouTube and Facebook. We are doing question and answer and share my story tonight for our daily reading if you're here. Thank you guys so much for being here. We never get to do this kind of impromptu where we get to talk and ask questions. So I'm checking the comments, you guys. I'm checking for you. I can't see if she said it's okay. Hold on, let me try to find the answers. I'm not sure what to do to lose more weight. Like it's like okay. I'm working on it. I'm gonna ask you questions, man. I started in March this year. I swam for at least 3 hours a day, 5 days a week for 6 months. Get it, Sharon. Let's go. Sharon, I'm an aqua instructor. I love water. Talk when you say water, baby, you talking to me dirty, baby. I like it. Now you can see how we feel when you eating. You know what, TR, the levels. TR, you right. TR, look. My mod just said, now you see how we feel when you eat in front of us. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. And wait a minute. I'm about to tell y'all the question. I got y'all. I got y'all. Wait. Sharon, because water builds lean muscle. So the other part, when you do anything in the water, you gotta bring in the protein. I got a DPM on it. You gotta bring in the protein and cut the fat, like restrict it, because water actually builds like lean, right? So it builds a lot of lean muscle. So if you're doing increased protein and increased activity, you'll lose weight because you need lean muscle to attack the visceral fat. The fat that makes you bulky is inside you, not the subcutaneous. So I got to go back to I did not forget you, Lola. I just got to see if you answer my because I don't like asking personal questions in time permission. You trying to figure out why I wasn't skinny. Because Sharon, this is why. Because what you did is you bulked yourself up, beautiful. All you did was bulk up. You bulked up the muscle under the fat. Like, do you understand? So the muscle that's surrounding the fat, you bulked it up, right? Does that make sense? So it means what? So what happened is you are will be an exact example of someone who lost a lot of inches and not weight. Because people don't realize you can actually lose inches and not lose 1 pound. That's like the problem that many people struggle with. I've actually at one point was 148 in both pictures, but in one picture I was 12 inches smaller than the other picture. 148 in one picture I wore a large, and 148 in one picture I actually wore a small, all because of the inches. So that's why I was asking that. Okay, Lola said it's fine. Perfect, Lola. Thank you. I was waiting on you. I was waiting patiently too. Okay, Sharon. So Sharon, what you're gonna do now is switch it. So you did the water. You're gonna do the reversal. Go back and do the liquid rebuild. Build up to the refeeding. Refeed. Sharon, and look, you need resistance training because you already have the surgery. You can play on the sleeve if it's still active and there's no scar tissue, you can play on the fact that you have it and revert your body and take it through like you're doing the surgery refeeding. Liquids, light liquids, then food. Does that make sense? Thank you, DP. I need to meal prep. Can you help me with that? Sharon, I'm actually a one-on-one personal coach. Actually, that's what I do for a living. I love it. I actually have we call it Weight Loss University. So Sharon, if you just message me, I would be more than willing. I actually do the in-person meal prep. I actually help people real like I don't just send you a spreadsheet. It's a little more complicated than that. Solely, thank you. I got you, Sharon. Oh, Sharon, you'll be in good company. Right now, we have in our main little community, it's 14 ladies, and I think of the 14, I think 9 of them are sleeve and VSG. And so they will definitely be able to tell you how the program has helped them break their plateaus. I'm really trying to ignore DP and the rubbing and the eyes rolling and the levels. Is that how I be doing y'all? Because if that's how I do y'all on Thursdays, I apologize. Because my mouth is salivating.
I'm just eating a vegetable.
And the levels. I'm just eating a vegetable. Okay, DP, eat the vegetable, DP. So,
cheese.
Huh?
And cheese.
And it looks so good. Just you said don't pay you no mind. Welcome in, Veronica. Okay, so back to okay, so now I want to ask that's the way you eating it. Yep. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Sharon. I be in my life smacking and moaning everything. I'm looking for Lola. Okay, Lola. Lola baby. Miss Lola. Hey, look at how she doing it, Sharon. It's the rolling. Every time she does it and she rolls that bottom thing where she goes, she gets on my nerves, literally. It's like we can get some. Like, don't do the rolling, just eat it. Like, don't make us think. Like, just don't. It says I need to. Why would it say I need to try to win the battle? I don't even know how to battle. Okay, so okay, Lola. Here's what I was gonna say. The do you what type of protein do you eat? Let me start there. I can taste it through the screen. Lola, do you drink any form of protein? Okay. Okay. First question, do you do any form of resistance training? And what's a full day of food look like for you? And then what's a full day of activity? I only eat chicken. Okay. Okay. I walk 1 hour every day. Okay, very good. So your body's active. I'm trying to see where your plateau is coming from. Okay, talk to see. This is why I asked you if I could ask you personal questions. So now I'm weeding out your food. I've weeded out your activity. So if you remember what I said I do for a living, it's one other space I'm about to start asking you about, and I just need to know you okay with that. Because next thing I'm gonna ask you is about your mind. Your mind. Are you? What's your stress level? What's your home level? What's your work level? Because stress will make you plateau, just like not eating, not drinking enough fluid, and not eating enough protein. Um stress will do the same thing. You understand what I'm saying, Lola? So stress will act. Okay, so let me tell you what stress does in the stomach. If this gets boring, just leave the live. I apologize if I'm boring you guys. I know this is a very different live than our daily reading, but I've been telling you I was going to share my story and answer questions, and so now I'm finally doing it. Okay, so two things are happening inside of your body that can trigger issues that can slow down your metabolism because of the amount of worry and stress, causing the increased fight or flight mode to be on in your body, and then heightening that cortisol level, right? So when the body is trying to defend itself, it can't properly carry out the task that you're asking it to do. So if my body is in constant stress and constantly feeling under pressure, it's not going to really be able to take the resources, best way to explain it, and work on my metabolism for food and weight loss. Does it make sense? So when we're extremely stressed, we release certain hormones, and that when those hormones stress out our abdominal area, we can release female hormones that can trigger our period and our cycles early. We can release hormones that cause things to happen with other part systems of our body within our stomach, all based on stress levels and having too much acidity activity happening in the abdominal area. Yeah. But make sure. Why does it look like you sure? Why it look like you don't walked in the house with me and told me that? Sure, and the bigness of the way you don't work, I'm stressed out with all them S's. Sure, it's so big on the screen, and you know I have a hard time reading the letters, but I can see real bright. It says, that explains a lot. I'm stressed. You are. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you, baby? It's good to see you. So what happens is, remember, our bodies function and communicate through hormones, through emotions, through energies, and through acids and enzymes in our stomach and throughout our systems. That's how they talk. Right? Neurotransmitters fire off and they talk to a system, and that system talks to a system, and then the next system talks to a system. Well, if we back all of those systems up and begin to separate them and start to look at the functioning of each one and then connect them based on what they're doing, we can sometimes draw a clear pathway to our weight gain. Did you know sudden weight gain is a sign of chronic depression?
Yep.
Did you know you can actually not eat and gain a lot of weight from chronic depression? Why y'all think everybody's sitting around eating snacks and cakes? Stress does the same thing because the body is constantly fighting it for itself, right? So it's really important that when we're on weight loss and wellness journeys, if you struggling, you ain't losing weight, it's not because your program don't work, it's because your stress level's too high. And many of us say, I don't know how to lower my stress level. Either you lower it or the stroke that you're going to have is going to lower it for you. You make a choice. Because I've had 3 strokes. So I know what it's like when you're the person that says, I can't lessen the stress until you laid up in the hospital and can't move one whole side of your body. You sitting up in a nursing home at 30 years old with 90-year-olds and they moving better than you. It'll change you. Yeah. It'll have you looking at life a whole nother situation. It'll have you looking at a whole. That's what made me start looking at the food addiction for real. When I went to recovery for my food addiction 8 years ago, it wasn't because I wanted help. It's because I literally could not stop the obsession about either dieting or craving or eat. It was always food, 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 food. And I thought and when it wasn't food, it was alcohol. Do you understand? Because it turns into sugar. So the reason why I call myself an alcoholic is because I can eat food until I feel drunk. And when I can't eat food, guess what I go do? I drink. Do you understand the cross addiction? Coach Kenya, I've been following DP for years. I'm glad you're speaking into her. Oh, Toxic Tornado, I love this woman. She can't get rid of me. She's gonna get really free. Cause she can't get rid of me. Cause she can't get rid of me. We've been actually talking for way longer. You guys are just not knowing that we talk. So I think we thank God for the right time. That's what we thank God for the right timing. I might need a therapist for the stress. Friend called me Lola. Friend Lola, I don't practice under my license or anything anymore. I do therapeutic weight loss. So if it's related to if food is a coping skill, if you think you have an eating condition, I don't like to call it a disorder. You think you have an eating condition, we can do an evaluation and assessment to see if you would be appropriate. It's a lot of hard work. I actually meet with my clients weekly. So it's even though just because we're on TikTok and it's informal, I run a professional company, so I it's professional. So it's like real sessions, face to face, several times a week. So you really have to kind of be committed because the program is set up like an intensive outpatient food program. So I provide one face to face contact with me 5 days a week on Zoom. And then a lot of my clients are actually one on one private clients. So they meet with me an hour to 2 hours privately as well. And this is in areas where we do intensive private work, therapeutic based techniques and things like that to help them with their food issues. So sometimes food can relate to marriages, children, things like that. So that's why those things are done in private so that they can maintain their anonymity in the group. Yeah, you're like me, Lola. You're a restrictor. You're a stress restrictor. So some people stress eat, meaning when they're stressed, they eat. I only eat for sadness. I don't eat for stress. See, that's why we gotta learn our addictions. I don't eat for stress. Stress don't make me eat. Stress makes me not eat. But sadness, oh, that right there. Sadness does make me want to eat. So I actually can identify my feeling as it relates to my chewing, as it relates to the satisfaction that I receive from the cycle of the addictive nature. So in my mind, my brain says, oh, I feel sad. If I eat something, I will feel better. That's kind of how the dialogue used to work for me. So I would pursue that kind of thing to cater to that emotion, if that makes sense. So I would make sure that things align with me being able to eat to avoid the sadness. So I would do things like keep my favorite snacks around. So if I got sad, I wouldn't have to go buy it. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Sorry, I'm really thirsty, guys. I've been like talking for the last 4 hours. So I'm real thirsty. It does. So Lola, so here's some things we're gonna talk about the stress. Okay, I'm gonna tell you some things you're gonna do. So first thing you're gonna do, Miss Lola, you're gonna head on over to my YouTube channel and you're gonna go to the playlist that says meditation for weight loss. Okay. You're gonna do the 10-minute meditation. It's 10 minutes and 48 seconds. Or specific phrases for what we just talked about in that meditation. You're gonna cut that meditation on in the morning when you get up, and you're gonna repeat the meditations. If you need to, you can play it out throughout the day. This is gonna quiet the craving. You can be physically hungry or emotionally hungry. Many of us are emotionally hungry and we think we're physically hungry, and that's how we're eating at the wrong time, the wrong thing. So the first thing we want to do is figure out where your triggers are and what drives your hunger, right? Some of us eat because it's time. Some of us eat because we haven't. And then some of us eat because we don't know what else to do. And that third person is most of us. We have a propensity to be eating when we ain't got nothing else to do. And this is where that emotion, that free edge, raw emotion I talk about in my life sometimes, catches us off guard. Where you be sitting somewhere and out of nowhere you feel sad, you don't know why. Feel angry, can't put a finger on it. Agitated, not sure why. I know many of us can relate to that. It probably sounds like something you've experienced. You've been sitting somewhere and been like, man, I don't know what's wrong with me. So out of nowhere, you get up and just walk in the kitchen. You might make you a sandwich or grab you some tea or something. And it's not even necessarily that you wanted or needed the item, but in that moment, you needed to be doing something with yourself. And and what we learn about food and things that we drink is it can't hit us, harm us, or hurt us. Food and drinks can't hit us, harm us, hurt us. Hit us physically, harm our ego, or hurt us. Queen, yes, Queen. Are you raising your hand, Queen, or clapping? So the meditation, Lola, and then I would suggest, because if you're plateaued, look at the detox tea on my. Scroll up in my videos on this page. There's one called Detox Tea by Coach Kenya. Get that detox tea and that'll help. That'll break your plateau. Oh, you were agreeing, Queen. Okay. I think that's what broke Queen's plateau is when she started drinking my detox tea. You can actually get the Vine tea off of Amazon. The link is on my page, my bio. And then you just add Ionic Supreme. And if you don't have the Ionic Supreme, the Vine B tea with a drop of mint will act just like our Ionic Supreme, very similar to it. And it'll help you with breaking your plateau. What it does is it helps reestablish the gives you energy. It's going to calm down the cravings. It's going to help sustain the sense of fullness. But the best part of it's going to attack any toxins and things that could be causing the cravings, the sluggish feeling, the exhaustion, or the plateau. The Divine BT has ginger, mint, honey, lemon, and citron in it.
Okay.
It's actually, you can get it from the Chinese market. It's actually it's an Oriental tea. They have a lot of different kinds, but the kind that we use on our team that works for detoxing and cleansing is called Von B. The only thing that we add to it on my team, I don't have any down here. It's called Ionic Supreme from Isogenics. It has ashwagandha root, ginkgo biloba, and all the other ingredients you need in it. And we put them together. I've been drinking the Ionic Supreme and Cleanse for 11 years, and I've been putting the Vine B tea in it for the last year and a half. Because we used to.
I love tea.
Well, I used to make the tea, like add the mint by itself and then the honey, then the lemon. And I had all the ingredients every day. That's how we were making it originally. And then I came home and my sister was like, hey, sister, Auntie Yvonne gave me this tea and wants me to try it. What do you think about it? And I was like, I love it. So we start adding it and it worked. I mean, the first day I took it, I had more energy. I was mentally clear, and that's what made me agree to adding it. And so we tested it out for about 4 months, and once we realized that it was working for all the different women, we started sharing it throughout the whole group and just telling all the women, "Hey, switch over to this. It's easier, it's less expensive, and it lasts longer." Yeah. Because the one thing about me is I want cost-effective health techniques so that you're able to invest in your health and wellness and not feel like guilty for providing for yourself, but also not lose out, right? Not feel famished for providing for yourself. So we really try to work at making things very much economically for our clients. Any other questions? Hi, Netta. No, not tonight. All right. Well, DP, do you have any other questions?
I do. I have plenty.
Well, ask away, boo.
I was eating though. I didn't want to interrupt you. With the questions of everybody. Now, like, how do you like consistently stay? Because you mentioned about like you was fat twice.
Mm-hmm.
With my similar situation, with underlining stress,
Sorry.
From last year that I instantly gained the weight back after finally almost reaching my goal weight.
I remember.
And and how can you for my thing is right now is trying to regain myself It's not with me having an eating disorder. I don't have the eating disorder anymore because that's been maintained.
Right.
It's just my problem is the underlying medical issues that are going on in my
Lola,
body.
excuse me one second, DP. Lola, can you message me and I'll just send you the link? I don't want to make you search. My team will just send you the link, baby. You don't gotta do all that work. I got you. You don't even gotta work that hard, Miss Lola. I'll send that link right to you quicker than Snicker. It's saved on my phone. As soon as we done, I'll go in my message and send it to you, okay? Because I know I got that. Because I just realized I directed you to we're on my backup page, and my page is at yes, it's on Amazon. Thank you, look, Queen. You got me, Queen. Can you give it to? Thank you, Queen. Thank you. Never mind, Lola. My mod got you. My moderator got you right now. Okay, go ahead, DP. Come on, mamas.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Remember how the question
You was explaining to me
okay,
how you gained the weight back.
Okay, so I was kind of like it was kind of like a question. So like, and for my issue is we talked about this previously briefly of getting the weight back can be underlining conditions in with dealing with medical that you constantly going back to the doctor and they telling you, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. There's, what I'm saying, you don't, the factors is I don't eat often. Like I fast all through the day and I fast, like to give you an idea of my fast, I fast all morning. I don't eat lunch. I won't eat until you see me going on, that
when you usually do your cook with DP, right?
Yeah, that's when I eat. So and then I turn around and dance and still actively. My problem is, physically I'm used to being very high, energetic. I'm a long distance runner, very active. I'm very active. Always been very active. How do you regain your health in knowing that hey, if it could be just a mental issue, but you're also having some physical issues that's preventing you to do your day-to-day life, that's what you're used to, and it's preventing to try to get that momentum back as you're physically, like I love to run, I love to jog, I love to dance, I love to be very active, and that's in dancing, singing, and stuff like that. How do you gain that back when you're going through so many underlying issues
with everything,
and the doctors don't know what's going on with you, and they tell you they don't see anything wrong, but you're having pain in your back, your abdomen, your hips, your legs? It gets to the point where you can't even stand long, to the factor that is physically is draining you, and you're trying to stay focused and positive even though you're angry, and you look at these pictures of all the hard work that you did and losing that weight, and you're so motivated to get back that momentum. How do you come back from that? How do you regain the strength? Like, what is a good tip, those who may be going through the same issue that I'm going through?
My first, not even advice. The first thing I would say, and when you were asking the question, I actually knew kind of at the end where you were going, because that too was me. Looking from a hospice bed at 592 pounds, I can't walk, I can't wipe myself, I can't really feed myself, I can't do anything. To have no hope, to be wake up daily and pray to God, why did you wake me up? Why didn't you let me die? Why didn't you let me die? To be at that point of just desperation, I know what that feels like. And I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that no matter how hard I tried everything else, nothing else worked until I tried Jesus first. And what I mean by that is what I did, and is laying in that hospital bed. They had scheduled an end of life meeting for me. This is a true story. And they had gathered all 26 of my doctors and my whole family. And they were going to meet and decide what the end of my life was going to be. They were going to decide. Y'all don't even hear what I just said. They were going to decide for me what the end of my life, but I could still think though. I was big, but wasn't on my brain. They were going to decide what the end of my life looked like. So as they all ripped and ran around the facility, getting this meeting ready and all trying to find chairs to come into the room and have a seat for everybody, as they all crowded in the room and closed the door, I gently raised my bed up with the little zhug, 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 zhug thing. You know what I'm talking about? That thing that sits you up, DP. And I looked at every one of them in their eyes and I said, no more hospitals, no more doctors, no more medicine. Now, I'm not telling anybody to go do that. I'm trying to tell, I'm about to show you what happened to me. I had laid around for 4 years in over 11 different facilities. I no longer had a home. I went from driving a brand new Mercedes Benz to not even being able to wipe my butt just 3 years prior. I had lost everything. Everything I ever knew that was normal was gone like that. Hope, I had none. Desire, I had none. Willingness, I didn't know what that was. Death is what I wanted. So, what I cannot sit here and do is tell you that some spirit inside of me woke up and said, let me live again. What I actually said was, if what you're doing is all you have and none of it's working, then let's try nothing. You said you employed all the medical possible techniques. I said, then let's try nothing. And what I meant by that in that room on that day was, if you're telling me this is the end of my life, then I don't want to do it in a hospital. I'm not going to die here in this bed alone. So I made a choice that day. I'm going somewhere with the story. I made a choice that day. I was still really sick. I was on a lot of medicine and I was really unwell. I wasn't better. I was just tired of letting other people determine my life when it came to my health. I wanted my power back, but I didn't know how to get it back. So what I did, I went home to my mom's house, and it doesn't matter, that story, I'll tell it another time. But I went to a friend's birthday party because they told me I was going to die. Remember, that's what that meeting was for, because I thought I was going to die too. I went to a friend's birthday party. I sat back to all of my sorority sisters that I had known for over 20 years at the time. I told them how much I loved them, how much I honored them, and I thanked them for being my sorority sisters, for being the only siblings I had known. Because I love you, Selena, and I thought I was going to die. I did. So I gave up. I quit. I quit trying to live. So I focused everything on trying to die. And in the midst of me literally trying to die, do you understand what I just said? I was trying to die, DP. Yeah. I found God. But I'm not talking about, I didn't find my mama's God. I didn't find my grandmama's God. I didn't find my cousin's God. I didn't find my uncle. I found what God meant for me. Because the only thing that could bring my mind through what I needed, see, I needed mind. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Your body is rejecting you, but your mind is solid. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Yeah. Your mind is solid. Everything you need is up there. I watch you lose hundreds of pounds naturally. You cannot tell me that you cannot do this again. I know you in pain. Do it from the bed. Do it from the bed. Change your mindset. Quit thinking you got to run, walk, jump like you used to. The bed. The bed. Lay down and do it. That's what I did. Didn't you hear me say I was paralyzed? For 18 months, I worked out in the bed, simply sitting up. That's all I could do, DP. I couldn't do nothing else. My legs didn't work. My spine didn't work. The only thing that worked was these. So those resistance bands you always hear me talking about, that's all I had. So every morning from the bed, I drank my water and I rolled over. I took a pain pill at the time before I became allergic. And I did those 25 arm raises because that's all I could tolerate. And I would tell myself, 25 gets me to the finish line. 25 gets me to the finish line. And I did that every single day for 6 months in that facility. Nobody was checking for me. Nobody looking for me. My husband had left me for another woman and moved to New Jersey and was posting pictures on the internet of the new Miss Davis, and I was still alive and we were still married. In the midst of every form of darkness, I still fought. Why? Because somewhere along the way, somebody told me I might be worth it. Somebody told me that all the people I had loved on and had encouraged and had helped, that for once in my life, I deserved it. That I deserve just enough time. Something is going on in your body. You have some kind of autoimmune attack happening. You're right. You share with us the details. You showed us doctor's notes and everything. We know that something's severely wrong with your body. And there is some form of rejection happening. But we don't have to let it happen. As long as I watched you fight, raise them babies by your darn alone. I've seen it. You can't convince me of nothing different, boo. It's in you. The pain will make you doubt what you're capable of, but God can pull your mindset through anything. He can pull that mindset through anything. Starting
she have a question. She asks, have you checked your thyroid level? They said that they checked my thyroid level. That, yeah. They have checked my my hormones. Everything. They have checked everything. They even checked my colon. I just recently had my colonoscopy. That was all negative. The biopsy was negative. I don't have cancer.
They've checked everything.
They have checked this. That went to MRI, CT scan, ultrasound, and my lady parts. They checked all that. And the thing is, a lot of that, I still be having problems in my lady parts, but they claim that they don't see anything.
They literally told her that. Like the paper says, they don't. That what they said, it ain't what she feels and sees ain't happening. But everybody else around her in her life has seen it happen. So it's strange. And I'm
pain, like I tell them that I have pain in my groin area, in my lower, and my pelvic, all that. They telling me there's nothing wrong with you, or I'm referring you back to the primary doctor. The things that I have literally going through, they even check my pancreas, my gallbladder. They checked, they don't see any backup. I'm not constipated. I don't have irritable bowel syndrome. I was misdiagnosed so many times in the hospital. And this has been going on all the way to from last year.
Yeah, it'll be a year. Right, it'll be a year. What, next month? It'll be a year.
It's been a year next. It'll be a year next month. And been going through this. Actually, it's a year now because
this is November. This is November. It's right now. You was in
Yeah, I went to the hospital.
Because when you came home, you went live because everybody was like, "Where have you been at?" You were supposed to go live, and you said, "Y'all, I got sick. I ended up in the hospital."
Yeah, actually, this was in November. Actually, yeah. Now I went to the hospital in November, and I got sick, and one of the ladies, they recognized me from here on TikTok.
TikTok boy.
She recognized me on TikTok, and she said, she DM'd me, and she said, she was like, I didn't want to say anything. I knew you was at the hospital, but yeah, she recognized me on TikTok and stuff, and I was holding my stomach. They checked for everything, like my breasts done got big, I done gained weight. But the thing is, I recently lost 10 pounds. I recently lost 10 pounds. That was last week. I found that I lost 10 pounds.
You're not pregnant. You got like pregnancy symptoms
and stuff, but they
said no.
They tell me you're not. But the thing is, I'm having, like, my belly is big. It'll get big, and then it'll hurt. Really? I was like, well, I feel movement. I feel all type of stuff going on here. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. Like I said, well, something's wrong with me.
Right.
Because I'm used to running and jumping and doing all this other stuff, and you telling me something ain't. Right. I said something's going on. Like I'm feeling pain here, and lately it's done got worse. The pain level. It used to be like a 5. The pain level now it be hitting like a 9 to a 10. So I guess because I can endure pain. But today was the worst pain today. Wow. I got to the point where I could not. Normally, I get up and go to my mom's. What I was supposed to do, finish laundry. I was so much in pain. I had to hover over my chair that I normally be sitting, my assertive chair that I do my little live shows in. I literally had to hold on to the chair because the pain was reaching my back. It was like throbbing, like it'll stop, and it'll consistently just be like going back and forth. And I've been having that pain on and off today. My hips been hurting me. My and do you have any other symptoms like blurry vision, dry mouth, migraine headaches, swollen ankles, swollen hands? No, anything? I don't have constipation issues. Like I'm constantly. I go every day. Okay. No. Inflammation. Like, have you noticed any inflammation? Any swelling anywhere? Like in your ankles or hands? Well, I have like swelling, but my hands are not swollen as it was. Oh, but does it swell? It do swell up. I do have swelling, but see, I think what it is by me being in the bed more than I normally would be. It don't be as because like you're not moving around, so your body has no reason for the fluids to move. So it's just kind of, it's like blood. When you lay around, your blood coagulates. The fluid does the same thing. So. Yeah, like if my legs went down, the fluid went down. So like, as long as I keep it out of it, because I do have high blood pressure. So with all that going on, and like when people say, "Oh, Diva, you ain't dancing," I'm like, "No, I can't dance today." You can't dance like you used to. I remember you used to dance your soul out, honey. Me because I'm looking at all my old videos on my live. So me dancing and seeing how full of life I was, and to be going through this whole year of dealing with this issue and these underlying issues that I'm consistently going to the doctor. And it's kind of like you're feeling like you're giving up. Yep. And that's where I start feeling in that way that, like, and then it will start affecting me mentally. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Normally, because it make you think you crazy. Someone can negative comment. Yeah, and it makes me feel like I'm loco or like. Yep. And I said, no, I'm not. And my daughter, she helps me. My kids they're helping me, even when doing housework. Like let's say if I'm doing Instacart, I do Instacart sometimes, but I haven't been able to do that because there's a pain. You got to lift 40 pounds. Yeah. And I think last time I was doing Instacart, I did a big order. That was it. You can't do nothing else. I had to come home. I couldn't do nothing. I can't stand up long. It's bad enough that I have a partial retina detachment where, my partial blindness. I remember that. Headaches and stuff like that. So on top of that, of me barely can stand up long. So people don't understand. I be in a bed. I be working from home from my bed, just literally on my phone, promoting my brain and stuff like that. And then I got to take all my strength and rest up just to go live. Yeah. Because of the physical, dancing, singing, physical activity that I do. So when I'm doing that, and even if I'm in the kitchen, I'm going to eventually I'm going to have to sit down. Because of the pain. You're going to start noticing me kind of like... Your face, when your pain get bad, your face looks very distorted. You don't look like your normal smiley self. You look like this. Like you trying to like hide it. Like, I'm okay, but we can tell you not though, because if they a regular follower,
and they've been around you, you could tell when you in pain because you can't hide it. It's in your facial expression. Because that's how you know it's higher than a regular amount of pain. When people are in pain and they can't hide it, it's because it's not tolerable anymore. Because most people are functioning if they have pain, they're functioning. You don't know it. The only reason why they end up even mentioning it is because it gets so bad that they can't tolerate it because it's driving them crazy. So when you're around a person, you can actually physically see their expression. That's how you know the pain is actually, reached this kind of tipping point. Miss Lola said, feeling something moving in your stomach is scary and nothing and nobody can see anything. Yeah, we was talking about it, and she even told me it freaked me out because I'm like, that will freak anybody out, DP. That will make anybody nervous. If you look down and you can see things happening, and then you go to the emergency room and they tell you, oh, we don't know what that was.
And like I have literally said, I told him I demonstrate, like I pressed on one side of my stomach, it'll move. And then when you need to relax your stomach, I want to.
Right.
Like, look, how the heck I'm not doing this?
Right.
Ain't no way in heck I can sit there and relax my stomach. I'm not. I'm reacting because something is moving, and you gonna tell me to relax my stomach? I'm like, at this point, let me have your credentials because all of what you're doing.
So let me ask you a question. So you showed the people what was happening, and they told you was making it happen. How? How are you making something happen?
That's what I'm trying to figure this out.
It's inside of you, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you make something happen inside of you? When you figure it out, you let coach know, okay, coach like studying stuff, right? I got a ton of certifications and degrees. So you just go on and let me know so I can go down a rabbit hole and figure it out for you, okay? Because I don't think it's possible.
I have to show you offline what I'm talking about. But literally, literally, I went to the OBGYN and she said, relax your stomach, just I don't think it's something, but then you suggest something that, intravenous, where they make a small incision to look in the camera of your gut, your stomach, your abdomen, because ultrasound can miss a lot of things that they.
Yeah, because the ultrasound's not going to see like a parasite or anything like that. They're not going to see if it's like a parasite or anything like that, or it could be a floating tumor. These all things are possible in the abdominal wall because of a lot of free floating fluid.
So and she was like, well, I did see like a cyst, but they kind of saying like that ain't nothing. But I went to two different hospitals. One of them said that they saw a cyst. The other one said they didn't see a cyst. Then they said, oh, the cyst burst. Then I'm like, but I'm feeling pain here. Y'all just pushing everything on the rug. I have to take care of my children. They count on me. I'm all they got. And I'm literally fighting and trying to find a doctor that will listen to me. I'm very limited of the resources I have and trying to go and do this. And, like my ex, he was concerned. He was scared. He was like, one time he prayed for me and stuff. And we set up like late at night and prayed. And he's the one I was telling you about that his mom went through the same thing. And she went to California and kind of found out she had stage 4 ovarian cancer.
And they missed it.
And they just didn't do anything. They just numbed it up the rug. And because of us, our complexion, we tend to be not even cared about,
Yep. It's true.
The thing is, I don't think Houston, like my coverage will cover that.
To even do what you need.
Yeah, because of what it is, it don't expand over there. Like it's very limited in my state. So like their coverage of state insurance don't cover out of state. So like if I go, I have to either be like a resident to another state in order to get assistance on that.
So they wouldn't actually help you there get the additional testing you need.
Basically, they don't do that. See, the thing is, like the insurance, the state insurance only do the base
It has to
minimum.
be med like, so one test had to come back positive in order for them to have permission to order the. A lot of insurances are like that, like where you have to have one indicator in order for the insurance to approve something else to be done, if that makes sense. So like, say the numbers 1 through 10, and you need to have an 11 in order for them to improve procedure number 2. So you might get procedure number 1 and it'll show that your number's at 11, and that because of that then you'll get procedure number 2. But say the number comes back at 9, they'll tell you, oh well, you don't really need it because your numbers came back low, right? If that, yeah, kind of like that.
And so they check me for diabetes. They check me for, like, I got all my
Lola
my
says she
medical
sees that
things.
all the time working in the authorization department.
Yeah. So they check me for all those things, and I've been going to a special. They always try to push it through my gastrologist. My gastrologist said, my gastrointestines are healthy. My
Ain't nothing
stomach
wrong
is
with them.
healthy. My colon is healthy. I don't have none of that. He said you definitely don't have He laughed when they misdiagnosed about irritable bowel syndrome.
So you don't even have IBS. So there's no, so with that, all of that, the information that you have so far, we know that it's not certain things, but I think that to, because right now it's about quality of life. And what I tell a lot of people, this is important, what I'm gonna say next, is it's difficult to focus on your wellness and your weight when you live in chronic pain. You're concerned about your housing, your finances are restricted, or your relationship is a struggle. And the reason why is when a human being's main basic needs are being threatened, the mindset cannot focus on things that seem less important. And I don't know if I'm using the right word to explain it right now because I'm a little tired. What I'm trying to explain to you is um, uh, the human mind, right? Needs safety and security to function. It needs it, right? So if I'm homeless, I'm probably gonna focus on my housing. I'm not gonna have a gym membership if I'm homeless. You follow what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
If I have only $50 and 30 of it needs to give me gas and 10 of it needs to pay something else, that $10 is only going to be able to buy me certain things. So my desire of what I eat is going to be lower because my focus is my housing. Do you understand what I just said? The innate need of a human being is survival. So as long as I have something to eat, it doesn't need to be organic and 27 proteins and 13 carbs and 2 sugars. I don't care about that. Give me that hamburger, them french fries, and that diet pop because that's all I might eat for 2 days. So my focus can't be in this space when I'm stressed out about my basic needs because those are serious. And I'm probably not explaining it really clear right now what I'm talking about because this what I'm talking about is actually a theory studied by Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's actually a theory.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm aware of Maslow study, and it's more of like mental.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like for me, is like I'm the opposite.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, and the thing is, with me, it's the opposite. What everybody was saying, like we probably. The thing is, I don't eat.
Yeah, so that's
because my mind is like this. I don't train.
But the reason why, also, 2DP, your body is kind of in a almost like rejecting you. So you're kind of at this battlefield with having a comfortable body to be in. So what I was explaining about what I was saying was the last and final thing is our physical health. When our body is attacking us, we cannot think. And I try to explain this to people all the time, and they don't know what I'm talking about because remember, I live in chronic pain. My back is broken in 12 places, you guys. I'm allergic to painkillers. I'm an eye green patient. I have been for 10 years. So I totally get it. I have a whole port. I have to get medication regularly. I'm literally jacked up. But my mindset, I've had to fight to get to this point where I refuse to take no. I refuse. This morning, I had a meeting with my clients in Ghana at 6 a.m. I woke up vomiting and extremely nauseous because I had a rough day yesterday. It's a long story, but I'll explain another life. So I call my clients. I get on the meeting anyway, sick. You can see that I have no color in my face. And I didn't get on that meeting for any other reason but to prove to the enemy, you're not going to shut me up. You're not going to stop me from serving my people because nothing was wrong with me hours before that. Do you understand what I'm saying? See, I see an attack. Well, I call an attack for what an attack is. Because if I was good an hour ago and all of a sudden I'm feeling weird, I'm questioning the spirits in the room. I'm questioning the spirits and the energy. You understand what I'm saying? So I began to look at that and I said, you know what? I'm getting up. I'm getting up. And I sat right here. And it just so happens that my sister's in the group too, my sister in Ghana. And she said, sister, please just rest. It's okay. We can meet tomorrow. And I said, no, because I'm gonna feel better in 30 or 40 minutes, and then I'm gonna be upset that I didn't do the call. But what happens, I start throwing up. And she said, I won't meet with you throwing up though. So I live with chronic pain too, just like DP. And if I sleep wrong because of my injuries, it triggers my nausea and pain center, and it causes my pain to be so bad that I am nauseous. So unfortunately, I also can very much relate to DP, which is why she even asked me the question that she asked me. Yes, it will cause you to gain weight. Yes, not eating enough causes weight gain. Pe- Um, um, because the thing is, people think that if you just starve, that you will starve enough to burn all the fat away, but the body has a memory. So it starts to remember that you're not eating. So it decides to hold on to everything you do eat and everything you already have. It's like a store system. It's like a bank. So everything you put up into the bank to the day you starve it, it's going to live off of all the money you've already deposited it. So until it depletes all of that money, it's not going to require more money. But this is why you have migraine headaches, blurry vision, and nausea when you go without eating so long, because those are all the signs your body tells you first with nausea, please feed me. If you ignore it, you will get a headache. If you ignore the headache, guess what happens next? You start doing this. It's actually your autonomic system is saying, hey, we're nutritionally deprived. I was wondering if you're gonna step in. If you decide to push that very vision, that migraine headache and that nausea is gonna turn to full out cramping, body aches, and vomiting because the body is now trying to eat off the fat storage. So when you see people trying to hurry up and eat because they feel deathly ill, it's because they push and what happens when you do that day in and day out, you're actually dehydrating your organs. You're not dehydrated. Your organs are. Do you understand? So the body, when the organs are dry like that, that's what all that cramping and that sickness and that pain is. Your organs are being literally deprived. This is why people who have what we call restrictive eating disorders also need therapy, because they've learned to control some of their life through not eating.
And that's another thing that I used to do when I was younger. See, the people is like, my fear when I was younger, my mom always been overweight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I used to be very skinny, but not real skinny to the point where like I had a bad shape, like for real. So I developed a eating disorder where it was not really interested, but it was like I eat and then I skip some meals or whatever, and I do it for a good little while. Then, you know, and then I started like I eat something once a day. And it used to be like that for a long period of time. I go to work, I eat a biscuit and a piece of chicken, just that one. And I go all day without eating. No lunch or nothing like that. But I eat at least something in the morning. And so That's why I say weight was never a factor for me because I always was skinny. So anytime when I did saw myself start gaining weight or something like that, my fear was I looked at my mom. I didn't want to be like
that. And so as a result, your relationship with food was different. So you didn't develop that sense of comfort from it. You kind of developed a sense of fear from it. Listen, hear it out. So hold on. I'm under my mom's room. I'm just trying to make sure my mom is okay. Because nobody should be up, right? It's 1 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock in my sister's house. So everyone should be asleep. But I think I hear someone walking. I just need to make sure my mom's okay. But it's not her. Because I would hear her walk her. I would hear her walk her first and then her. So that's why I was like, what? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, I'm like, wait. And make sure my mom good. She's doing so much better than before. But when I was home last time, I'm paranoid because look what happened was one night she got up for the bathroom and it was dark in her room. And she almost fell. She didn't fall though. She almost did. And I heard the bump and it freaked me out. So now I'm like, okay. So Lola said I used to make myself throw up after I eat. I couldn't gain my weight back. I was scared to go back to, oh, you know what, Lola, I actually struggled with that when I was younger. Yeah, my first treatment, I went into a treatment facility as a kid for eating disorder. Yeah, this food thing has been on me for years.
And then after I had my kids, that's when the control of starting eating, like I developed an addiction to sweets. With the sweets, like I eat when I know every Debbie, Deborah, Big Deborah, Little Deborah, zebra cakes, baby, them Twitter rolls. Baby, let me tell you, I knew every. I'm talking about the big.
You naming all the good the good snack cakes.
Baby, let me tell you, all the honey bun,
Little
Debbie.
Okay, do you like the Christmas trees? Okay, who likes the Christmas trees? Who likes the Christmas trees? On all of these lives, I'm looking for Christmas tree likers. There's 6 or 7 lives going.
Don't forget about the Star Crunch.
Oh my gosh, the big one.
So after I had
okay, if you don't like food, you're not gonna get it, and we understand if you don't get it. We won't be upset with you if you don't know what cakes and candies we talking about because we know what we talking about. Do you remember the nutty is it nutty buddy nutty bar the nutty and you gotta pull them apart and eat the peanut butter.
You pull them apart with the layer on it with the peanut butter and the chocolate, baby. Let me tell you, that was some big back.
See, if you don't know what we're talking about, you either young or you not really, you really can't relate.
Don't forget the oatmeal cakes.
The oatmeal pies, yep, the oatmeal pies. Okay, what do you? Wait a minute. Do you remember that thing that was like mushy in the middle and it had a cookie on the outside? What was that one called? It was a cookie, then a mushy. It was y'all.
The marshmallow.
Yeah, it has a marshmallow in the middle, but it was a cookie and a cookie. What was that called?
Was that a moon pie?
A moon pie. Y'all remember the moon pies? I didn't really care for the moon pie. I used to take the cookie off the top of the moon pie and take the middle out. I didn't want the middle. I only wanted the cookie. This is how I knew early on I probably had issues now that I think about it. When I was real early, I was already manipulating food, trying to steal the good stuff and throw the stuff I didn't want away. So maybe this was always my destiny and I just got sidetracked going to school to become a psychologist or whatever. See, it was always supposed to be the food because I've been stealing stacks and eating stacks since I was a little girl. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm telling you. Moon pies. Let me see what else. We said Christmas trees. Did you say Swiss rolls? You said Twinkies, Swiss rolls. You said them.
Swiss rolls. I was eating.
Okay, let me see if you really like pastries. Do you remember the little pie in the little pan in the little box? Let me see if you.
Cheesecake Danish, baby, with the middle of the strawberry cheesecake.
You know what? We can't be friends. We can't be friends. I might relapse with you, friend. I don't eat like that no more. We gonna have to limit our friendship. We can't go to no bakeries together. We can't go to no bakeries. We can do everything else, but let's not go do a bakery because I think a bakery could get us in trouble because we like the same snacks. So we ain't gonna be doing no bakeries or nothing. Okay, we're gonna keep it real pimping.
I want to show people this right here.
Let us see.
I'm gonna show you. This is the biggest I ever been.
Oh wow, DP, that don't even look like you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's still clean, still beautiful, still dressed, and still sharp. Period.
This is when I had just had my daughter. She wasn't even. I think she was about 8 months.
8 months old.
And so that's the biggest I ever been. I was 350 pounds.
Wow.
You know, and to like I really was going through some verbal abuse, mental abuse, and physical abuse. So, with that being said, and you're feeling the way I felt, and on a little bit of child trauma, being messed with as a 3-year-old,
mm-hmm.
and to be able to really just transition to what I did, it was always control for me.
Mm-hmm.
I always been a control freak.
Mm.
That's another thing about even in relationship wise, I develop a way of control what I eat. And then I noticed when I wasn't in a relationship, that's when I had the time to really think.
Look at you doing your own mental work.
Like I had the time to think, like really think. Because after me and my baby daddy broke up, I started jogging every day. I started back jogging and running every day because I always a jogger. I always ran since I was a kid. I always ran. I was very fast as a young child. So like running has always been my thing. And we live in the country, so I run long distance. I'm a long distance runner. I'm not a short one. I'm a fast one. I always play baseball, play with the boys. So I always was that type of person. So when we broke up, and I just, it was a realization of my life where I said he had took a picture of me. Mm-hmm. And he took a picture of me and took a picture of the kitchen. Mm. And then he gonna say, and I would, he had quit his job and then gonna use my phone. This is ridiculous. You gonna use my phone to text your mom to talk about me?
Does he know you can see your phone?
He asked to use my phone.
But does he know you can see your phone? Like, that's not even bright. That's like an unbright idea. Like, that's unbright. That's like I don't want to call nobody unsmart, but that's definitely unbright. Like,
that's not right at all.
I don't know what else to call it, friend. That's unbright, friend. I'm gonna call nobody not smart, but
so I was
did he not think it through? He didn't think it through.
I guess he wasn't thinking through, but that was the day that I broke up with him too.
Yeah, because that would make me know you're not bright. I would actually have broke up with him because I would realize he's unbright. You texted somebody on my phone to talk about me like I wouldn't see my phone when you gave it back.
Exactly. My mom was over there doing laundry. The babies, my baby was little. They were still little. So, you're going to sit there and talk about me. I almost didn't graduate because of you.
Right.
I almost, for real. I almost got kicked out of the program. I went to MA.
So you almost got put out of school, basically.
Because of that, and I went all the way through because they said I was leaving early and my externship.
Oh, and yeah, you can't be doing all that, Bookies.
So I went out from another externship because they kicked me out. I found another externship. I spoke with the lady and I asked her, she liked the fact that I present myself very well and stuff like that. So the factor is I was out. It wasn't up but the grace of God for me graduating. And so after January 7th of 2012, that's when I made up my mind. I said, I'm going to break up with this fool. because you almost cost me my. I went through so much just going through school on and off. 2 years pregnant, got pregnant during school. He, I was at the library during this, trying to, had been in school for years and going to school and then calling me, accusing me of being with somebody. I'm at the library, I'm getting tutored, and you're telling me I'm with somebody and stuff like that, and I'm not with anybody. Like, just all of a sudden just start tripping and stuff like that. When he the one cheated on me more than one time, and I haven't cheated on him. I had opportunity to do it, but I just said I felt it was better off to just, be done with it.
With the situation altogether.
With the situation. So that day, after that day, I made up my mind. I said, he do one more thing, he out the door. So when he did that, I told him, I said, get your stuff. You know what I'm saying? He called himself trying to do something with the pool or whatever. I mean, like clear as day. Then he want to act like he cried. You wasn't crying when you see that text message. What, you thought I was going to be boo-boo the fool and let you keep talking about me? Because you already called me a cow, and everything like that, and was talking sideways to me. But then when he saw the weight, I got smaller. I lost, the thing is, I lost weight on and up and down. My weight went
always.
Off.
You said that earlier, yeah.
Every time I get with a man, that's when my weight goes
up and down.
Because that's stress. That was the stress that they either
mistreat you or not respectful, not
Exactly. The only person I was with, which was my ex, was Chris when he was living with me. He recently moved, but I never gained weight with Chris. He was very respectful, even though.
Good night, beautiful.
Even though, what I'm saying, he lied to me too, but it wasn't like he's causing me stress. I think what it was that by me being through so much trauma with men, I said my tolerance was short. It was like, you did this, I gave you a second chance. That was it. Because I was like, you get, what I'm saying, some people give you one chance, that's it. I'm not doing it no more because you're going to do it again to me. But I was always that second chance person. I give you a second chance. And so if I give you the second chance, and then I'm like, well, you just keep, I'm like, I'm done. Because after the first time you did it, you're just going to keep doing it. So the second time you do it. So I was always like that. So dealing with all these issues or underlying issues, I developed an eating disorder dealing with him. The eating order, progressed and stuff like that. Where I lost the weight or whatever like that. Then when I lost the weight, I got with another guy. Lord have mercy. All right. So he portrayed himself like he was all good, whatever like that.
Good night, Lola. Don't forget to message me, boo. I got you, okay?
And so with that being
good night,
said,
Selena. Love you. Sorry, the ladies are saying good night. I just wanted to make sure we didn't ignore them. Go ahead.
That's cool. So after that, I'm dealing with all this drama and trauma, what I'm saying, that I dealt with. I got all the way down to 18. Now, I hadn't seen a size 18 in years, and so I had
remember.
No. This is
Is this before last year? Because remember, you got down to like a large. You was wearing a large or something.
I got down to a size small in 23. I was in a size
yeah, you
small.
was like little. Your little waist was about that big.
Yeah, but the thing was,
I remember. I think your mom even said then that you were. I don't know if she's in the background of a live or something. But you was doing something. You was cooking this day, and I don't know if your mom was. That was your mom in the back, but the person in the back actually said she's always been small. She was only big at the kids or something. Somebody referenced that you actually was always small. They actually said that.
My age was always small until I had children.
Yeah, whoever it was said that. Said after your kids.
Yeah. So and then that's the thing about it. When my mom noticed, I didn't notice I was losing weight. I wasn't trying to lose weight. That's the thing about it. I had always tried to lose weight and I lose it, but then gain it back.
Yeah.
And either I was in a relationship with a toxic or abusive man, And so that, my thing was like, I gained the weight back. I gained the weight back. And so when, I think it was maybe like this last ex, I didn't gain the weight with him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was losing weight, but he wasn't like criticizing my weight or anything like that. But he was toxic. You know what I'm saying? He was toxic. But I think what it was, like, every time he starts showing me toxic traits, I'll back away. I push him. I won't call him.
So you did notice some of the behaviors, yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed some. So I started saying no. So I think the last time the toxic traits, you know what I'm saying, that, because I was gaining some of the weight back, because it was like it was causing me that. So I think the last time, what it was, when we broke up that last time, and this is prior to me getting arrested, you know what I'm saying? So to clear this up, I got arrested for a domestic DV.
Yeah, because you can't hit nobody back. You can't hit people back, and you can't argue. Even if they hit you, if you hit them back, you going to jail too. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's considered a domestic dispute. It's like, only domestic violence if they hit you and you don't hit back. That's violence on a person. If you hit them back, it's a domestic dispute. It's a dispute because y'all consider y'all fighting.
Yeah, because I this this last particular time I got arrested, and because I had
PG's selfless.
Yeah, I got arrested for DV. I guess because what it is, like, you wait for to hit me.
Yeah. After surviving DV, I don't think so. I don't think a person can hit me today. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be able to hit me today. Yeah, you could hit me back in the day, but today I'm going to jail. You hit me today.
Exactly, and that's where I was on. I wasn't on that, but I was already trying to get rid of him,
because I
was kicking him out the house. I told him, I said, I'm done. I'm done with the disrespect. I'm done with the verbal, what I'm saying, disrespect of what you're doing to me. Mm-hmm. So
what was that? Who was calling you?
Oh, it's one of my friends.
See, that's because they probably waiting for you. Don't be having me get you in trouble. I don't want to get none of y'all. Hey, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I'm gonna let you guys go, and we're gonna stay live on TikTok. So if you want to join us, come over to TikTok. We'll be on here for a few more minutes. If not, we'll see you guys tomorrow night for our daily reading. Oh, before I go, wait a minute. I'm gonna squeeze our daily reading into Instagram.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna squeeze it in real quick. Here we go. The day's not over in Arizona. It's only 10:31. Let's make it happen. Here we go. Real quick. November the 19th says, awaken to the storyteller within. Ooh, this might be good. Each of us has a story to tell, a story to share with the world. Artists and writers are in the storytelling business. Others have different ways of telling and sharing their stories. The tackle shop owner sells bait, hooks, and sinkers and tells people where to fish and about the big one that got away. The master carpenter tells his story by carving and hanging a wooden door so well crafted that it swings shut gently on its own. The quilter tells her story by commemorating important moments from her life in quilts that are colorful works of art. Each of us has a story to tell and our own way of sharing it with the world. It comes out through our words, through our work, and through the simple actions of our daily life. Listen to the stories of the people around you. Listen with your soul. Learn to value without judging, and listen with an open heart to the beauty of each story and the importance of the storyteller. Learn to value and appreciate the story you are living in right now. Awaken to the storytelling within and share your story with the world. Tell it with joy and flair. Commit to telling it with love and passion. Tell it through living your life fully, doing your work well, and creating the best life you can. Be who you are and love being that. Word for the day. Live your life from your heart. Share from your heart, and your story will touch and heal people's souls. And I can honestly say tonight, sharing our stories definitely heals some souls. Okay, DP, what was you saying? We got our reading done. So thank you so much, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok for hanging out with us tonight. On Facebook, we're going to head on over to TikTok, and we'll see you guys if you want to join us. But we're going to go. Bye, YouTube.